Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs, and I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, let me share this about substance abuse. And let me be crystal clear because I want to leave an everlasting impact upon you, my audience. Imagine this. Imagine you're buried alive. Let's say you're in a coffin, but you also know you're not dead. You don't know how to open your coffin and to push the enormous weight of the dirt that's upon the lid. You think about giving up and just waiting for death to arrive. But you also think about banging on the coffin lid so that maybe you will unsettle the earth or the dirt and someone might notice and start digging their way down to you to help you. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to get the help. In reality, there are people who can help you standing nearby the grave, but you just don't know that. Usually, though, people don't think of death when they are habitually abusing drugs. In order to defeat an addiction, you have to be good at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever dawn on you while you were abusing drugs and alcohol that you, yes you, might just overdose? With this, I leave you one other thought. Don't be that person in the coffin banging on the lid, waiting for someone to hear you to possibly dig down. Take the first step right now. Call me at 844-405-HELP and let me help you take your life back before your life is gone. Give a shout out to Larry Geist from the Geist Academy at 516-485-2741. That's 516-485-2741. Larry Geist is an addiction recovery coach. He's a life coach. He is like a lifeguard with a life preserver waiting to throw it out to you so you can hang on to your life and you can take your life back. Larry Geist can be reached at 516-485-2741 when you can go and Google him at odysseyconsultant.org. Larry Geist has over 30 years of experience. Folks, give him a call, and when you call him, you let him know that you heard about him on the Take Your Life Back Today show. Let Larry Geist help you take your life back. GlobalEyeglasses.com, they are focused on saving you money, and I'm focusing on making sure that you can see my videos. So what better way than to promote Global Eyeglasses, because they have frames, 1,200 plus frames, men's, ladies, children, plastic, metal, no frame, half frames. They have all the lenses that you could possibly imagine. They have progressives, line bifocals, no line bifocals, single vision, distance reading. They have high index, polycarbonate, photochromatic transition, all available at globaleyeglasses.com. But you folks need to make that first step and go to www.globaleyeglasses.com and let them help you focus on saving you money. Hold on one second. I just want to turn the volume down. It's a little high, folks. And I want you to be able to hear me. Okay, that's better. Top 10 survival tips for loving an addicted person. That is our topic. That is what's really important, because we don't know how to survive when dealing with a loved one or a friend with addiction issues. Number one is come face to face with reality. Learning how to deal with reality is the most important first step in surviving when you love an addicted person. Although it may seem easier to stay in the fantasy space where you can continue to believe that things are going to magically get better, there is no such magic. Things will not get better just because you wish they would get better. Come face to face with reality means accepting the parts of your life that may be out of control or your loved one's life that might be out of control. These addictions can include mind-altering substances such as drugs, alcohol, mood-altering addictions such as eating disorders, compulsive overspending, smoking, being glued to the internet, gambling, codependency in relationships, and sexual. These are all addictions, and the sooner you come face to face, whether it's you're dealing with your own or a loved one, the better. Whatever your particular situation is, acceptance of what you are dealing with in your life is the first survival tip for loving an addicted person, including yourself. Number 2, discover how to love an addicted person and, at the same token, stay healthy. There are effective ways to deal with an addicted person in your life, just as there are ways that are not only ineffective but also can be dangerous when dealing with addicted people. Learning to distinguish between them can save you a lot of time and can produce much healthier results for you and your addicted loved one. For example, learning how to maintain appropriate boundaries is a very important skill that needs to be learned. You may need to explore the reasons why you have problems doing that, and then learn some assertiveness techniques that will help you say yes when you mean yes and no when you mean no. Choose to practice the healthier ways of loving your addicted person in that matter. Number 3, you cannot control or fix another person, so stop trying. Only that person can do that. The only person you have control over is yourself. You do not have control over anything the addicted person says or does. Many people choose not to believe this, but that doesn't make it any less true. The Serenity Prayer can give you a helpful gauge to see whatever you are trying to control people and situations that you simply cannot control. I quote and unquote, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Number 4, stop blaming the person and become willing to look at yourself. As easy and tempting as it may be for you to blame the addict, your life, for your struggles and the suffering, there's actually more value in exploring what may be contributing to the situation, since there is only one thing you can really do anything about. Even though the addict has undoubtedly contributed to his or her share of trouble, in some ways you are also part of the play in what is going on. So stop blaming the other person. Tackle the problem together as a team. Number 5, learn the difference between helping and enabling. This is an important one. Just like most people, you might think that you need to help your addicted loved one. You probably feel that if you don't provide help, he or she will end up in a worse predicament. When you try to help addicts by giving them money, allowing them to stay in your home, buying food and for them on a regular basis, driving them to places and going back to healthy boundaries you have already set with them, you are actually engaging in rescuing behaviors, which are known as enabling. Set by them, you are actually then not being very helpful. Another term for this kind of unhealthy helping is enabling, when you can be truthful as possible with yourself about the enabling behaviors. You can begin to make different choices. So there is such thing as helping, like taking them to AA, taking them to a rehab. So enabling is about giving them money and providing shelter and food. Once you stop enabling the behaviors, you can then begin to truly help your loved one. Number 6, don't give in to manipulation. It has been said that the least favorite word for the addict to hear is no. When addicts are not ready to change, they become master manipulators in order to keep the addiction going. Their fear of stopping is so great that they will just do about anything to keep from having to be honest with you or themselves. Some of these manipulations include lying, cheating, blaming, raging, guilt-tripping, and many others, as well as becoming depressed, overdeveloping other kinds of emotional and or physical illnesses. Number 7, ask yourself the magic question. It is important to understand that you might be just as addicted to your enabling behaviors as the addict is to in your life is to her manipulations. If you enable over and over, could it be possibly, ask yourself, are you doing it really for them, or are you doing it to make yourself feel better? In the same ways that the addicts use drugs, alcohol, and other addictive behaviors to avoid dealing with their shame about feeling unworthy and unlovable, you may be focusing on the addict's behavior in order to avoid having to focus on your living your own life. Number 8, know that self-care does not equal selfish. Too many people get these two ideas confused. They think that if they practice healthy self-care and put themselves first, they are being selfish. Selfishness basically means that you want what you want, when you want, how you want, and will not stop until you get it. Self-caring means that you respect yourself enough to take good care of yourself. Number 9, rebuild your own life. The best way to come out of your own addictive behaviors, such as enabling and people-pleasing, it is to focus on your own life. If your life seems empty in areas such as career, relationships, or self-care, begin to rebuild your life by exploring the kinds of things that might fulfill you. Would you like to make a career change or go back to school? Perhaps you would like to develop different hobbies or activities that would help you meet new people. Last but not least is number 10. Don't wait until a situation is really bad. Reach out for help now. When those who love people with any type of addictive behavior finally reach out for help, they usually been dealing with the situation for a very, very long time. If you have been waiting to see whether things would get better without professional help, please consider getting help today, right now, before things become even worse. If the situation is just beginning for you, it is best to get some support as soon as possible so that you don't make the mistakes that could make things more difficult down the road. The sooner you reach out for help, the better it is for everyone, including yourself, are concerned. Top 10 survival tips for loving an addicted person. Come face to face with reality, folks. Learning how to deal with reality is the most important. You need to realize what you have. What addiction do you have? Is it drug? Is it alcohol? Is it gambling? Is it eating disorder? Is it sexual? There's so many different addictions. Come face to face with it, accept what you have, and then move forward. Whatever your particular situation is, acceptance of what you are dealing with in your life is the first survival tip of loving the addicted person, which could also be yourself. Number 2, discover how to love an addicted person and stay healthy. Choose to practice a healthier ways of loving your addicted person. There are effective ways to deal with an addicted person in your life, just as there are ways to also deal with them in ineffective ways. So you need to separate the two. Number 3, you cannot control, fix another person so stop trying. The Serenity Prayer says it all. God, grant me the serenity, to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can change, and the wisdom to know the difference, to separate the two. Number 4, stop blaming the other person and become willing to look at yourself. An easy, tempting as it may be for you to blame the addict in your life for your struggles and suffering, there is actually more value in exploring what you may be contributing to the situation, since that is not the only thing you can really do, and you can only change things by looking at yourself. Even though the addict is undoubtedly contributing to his or own share of trouble, in some ways you have your own part to play in this scenario. Number 5, learn the difference between helping and enabling. Enabling would be as if you house someone, feed someone, give them money. Helping would be if you take them to AA, helping check into a clinic. Those are the two differences. Number 6, don't give in to manipulation. You have to understand that addicts hate the word no. When addicts are not ready to change, they become master manipulators in order to keep addiction going. Their fear of stopping is so great that they'll do just about anything to keep the addiction going. They'll do things like lying, cheating, blaming, raging, guilt-tripping, and other things which also can lead to depression or developing other kinds of emotional and physical illnesses. Number 7, ask yourself the magic question. Is it important to understand that you might just be as addicted as your addicted person? What does that mean? That means you might be so addicted of helping this person over and over to make yourself feel better that you're not helping the addicted person at all. Number 8, know that self-care does not equal selfish. Too many people get these two ideas confused. They think that they practice healthy self-care and put themselves first. They are being selfish. Selfishness basically means that you want what you want when you want it and get it when you want it. Self-caring means you respect yourself enough to take care of yourself. Number 9, rebuild your own life. The best way to come out of your own addictive behaviors, such as enabling and people-pleasing, is to focus on your own life. If your life seems empty in areas such as career, relationships, or self-care, begin to rebuild your life by exploring the kinds of things that might fulfill you. Perhaps you would like to develop different hobbies or activities that would help you meet new people. Last but not least, don't wait until the situation is really bad, folks. Reach out for help today. Reach out by calling me, 844-405-HELP, getting a hold of Larry Geis at 516-485-2741. When those who love people with any type of addictive behavior finally reach out for help, they have usually been dealing with the situation for a very, very long time. If you have been waiting to see whether things would get better without professional help, please consider getting help today, right now, before things become even worse. If the situation is just beginning for you, it is best to get some support as soon as possible so that you don't make the mistakes that could count or could make things more difficult against you or the addicted. The sooner you reach out for help, the better it will be. The outcome will be better. But it is a starting point by reaching out for support, whether you're the addicted or someone that you know is the addicted. I'm not generalizing someone just because you're watching me that you have an addiction, but if you are helping someone with an addiction by giving them a roof to live under, by feeding, by giving them money, by driving them all over town, you have an addicted problem by being addicted to the addicted person. By enabling their well-being every day, you have an addiction that you need to take care of yourself, because you might not have a drug addiction or alcohol or gambling, but you have an addiction to the addicted by helping them over and over. And a lot of times you will help people over and over because you feel better about yourself, and we all do that. But these are the signs that you have to be careful for, folks. Let today be the first day, whether it's in your life or someone else's life, to reach out and get a hold of someone. Let them finally admit they have a problem with drugs, alcohol, gambling, sexual, whatever the addiction is. Let them admit it to themselves and seek the help that they desperately probably need. Remember, all changes happen in small steps. I say this all the time. I will say it continuously more often. A person doesn't get from one side of the road to the other side of the road with one gigantic leap, because one gigantic leap can turn into a major stumble. So what is this person supposed to do? Small steps across the road. Look left and right. Make sure there is no danger. Proceed with caution. Small steps. Changes are coming. And changes will be on the other side of the road, and you'll get there in one piece. But those gigantic leaps from one side to the other, no change happens with a gigantic leap. Teach your children to say no to drugs and alcohol. Lead by example. Become the hero and the role model that you are supposed to be. And remember, a sober today makes a better tomorrow. I promise you that. Start thinking positive and you'll get positive results. I hope to God, no matter where you are watching me, that you have a sober rest of your life. I hope and I pray that you have the best, healthy, sober rest of your life. And if anyone, and I mean anyone's out there, that needs help, support, utilize people like Larry and myself as crutches. Get a hold of us. And if you don't want to make the call because you don't want to talk, you can text me at 631-599-0218. You can email me at Ralf, R-A-L-F, at Take Your Life Back Today Show. But get a hold of someone. Get the help you need now. Don't be that person that we spoke about in the beginning, in the coffin, banging on the lid, hoping that somebody's going to come and help them. Because if you're laying in that coffin, you're hoping somebody's going to come and help you. It might be too late. So do the right thing, make the phone calls, do the texting, and let someone help you take your life back before, I hate to say this, but before your life is gone. Have a great day, and may God bless you.